Hey everybody, Tom Selleck for the win here, playing some 7 Days to Die with our beginner series. We're about to wrap things up. We're getting close to the end, but before we do, we have to visit the desert. So we're at the desert. Purdy. I got up nice and high, we got a nice view, we can see the desolate barrenness below. Let's go ahead and hop our buns down and do some stuff. It's the first thing I can show you, and this is for building material only. It's not very durable as a building material, but it's available, and this is the place to get it. Maybe I should have used a shovel. Oh, we have sand. Well, I think we have to go deeper to find sandstone. So sand, it's made of sand. You can get sand from here, you can get sand from there, you can get sand everywhere. I'm like Dr. Seuss, but with a beard. Did Dr. Seuss have a beard? He might have. Other things you can find in the desert. Aged wood. You can find aged wood also. We might have covered this in maybe the first episode. I don't even remember. It's been years ago since I recorded that. Or it feels like it. Aged wood. Only you can burn it in a fire, or in a forge obviously, or you can use it to make wood planks. No chopping down of trees needed, so that's handy. Here we have yucca plants, which if we search yucca, we can make yucca juice. And yucca, well here, let's get some yucca plants and I'll show you. Oh, we got a baddie. Hey there, princess! Die! You're looking nice in that dress. Oh, there you go. Die! More. We'll get aloe while we're at it. I don't know how many we need. Aloe is the green stuff. Yucca is the brown stuff. And I think that's 4. It is. Yucca juice. So we have an empty jar. And we got yucca. And we craft it. Get in there. And as you can see, it gives you stamina and hydration. Now it only gives you, what was it, 10 hydration? 15 hydration. Not as effective as water, but it boosts your stamina more. Honestly, I think it's pretty worthless. You know, if you're, maybe you start in a desert biome, and so you don't have access to coffee or beer yet, and you want to keep your stamina up while you're running, then maybe it's a decent option. The problem with that is, once you're no longer thirsty, you can't really keep drinking it, and it doesn't have a lasting stamina boost like coffee and beer does, where it gives you a certain amount of stamina every second. Like beer is 2 stamina per second, or 2 stamina every 1 second. So it just continually tops off your stamina. Whereas the yucca juice just gives it a one-time boost. So the moral of the story is it's pretty worthless. I'm not even sure why it's in here. With the aloe plants, you can, I gotta remember how to do this. I think you might have to find a recipe, but you make, here, let's try it. We're going to find some rocks and make a fire. Maybe you just cook it down directly. It's been a while since I've done this. The moral of the story is you can take aloe and combine it with bandages. Just a regular old bandage that you make from cloth, which of course we don't have, and we don't have access to cotton here, so we'll at least figure out how to make the aloe. Aloe cream is what you do. That's 5, 6, 7. I think we need uno más. Uno más el rocco. That's how you say one more rock in Spanish. You guys didn't know I spoke Spanish, did you? Alright. Put down the campfire. Whoop. Throw on a cooking pot. Throw on some aloe. Yeah, I think we have to learn the recipe. That's the case. Once you learn the recipe, you take aloe, and you take a glass, I don't remember if you have to put it in a glass jar or not. This is a very helpful beginner series. You guys are learning all kinds of stuff from me. Oh, you just craft it. See? I built a fire for nothing. Oh, people are screaming at their computers right now, because I'm an idiot. I would scream at your computer if I were you too. So we've made aloe cream, which you can just take, and it gives you a little health boost, as you can watch my meter go up. There we go. Or, if you have bandages, which if we find some cloth during the duration of this video, there's no cloth there. Or there. If we find cloth, we'll go ahead and demonstrate it. We'll look around. Alright, so that's one cool thing about the desert, the access to aloe. You can also find it in cities around certain house types. There's aloe. Here's another cool thing about the desert. This is kind of a so-so cool thing. This is the desert's version of corn that you find in the plains, and the blueberries that you find in the winter area. Where did our yucca fruit go? So yucca fruit offers a very small fullness boost of 5. It's actually more than very small, but it's not big. The problem is, unlike corn, you have to stand here and chop down a damn cactus to get it. So not super useful, but if you start in a desert, you're starving, whatever, you could do worse things. Big cactuses also drop yucca fruit. Here's another tip. You see that little cactus guy there? Watch this. Ow! Cactuses have spines. Don't touch them. Ow! That didn't really actually hurt me. It just hurt my character. I want to see if maybe we can find some cloth here. Not so much. Not so much. So we have extolled the virtues of the desert thus far. We have found aged wood, we have found yucca fruit, we've made yucca juice, we found aloe, we've pulled up these little brown yucca plants, and I gotta be honest, that's all there is in the desert. There's not a whole lot to do. You can find sandstone if you mine. It's a cosmetic building material, I think we already discussed that. And that's about it, kids. Not a whole lot out here. It's not a bad place to hunt. You can find a lot of rabbits. Pretty easy to see, since there's not a whole hell of a lot going on. Speaking of a rabbit, let's see if we can shoot him on the fly for funsies. They're hard to hit when they're running. Got him. That was actually a pretty easy one because he's running away from me. So that's it for the desert. I think we're going to take a little break. And we're going to come back in a minute, and we're going to do that with the other. I'm going to call it the burned out biome. There probably is a proper term for it, but it's about as much to talk about there as there is to talk about in the desert. There's just not really a whole lot of benefit to either biome. The burned out there has access to a mega amount of coal, which is the main lure of that one. But we'll take a little break here. We'll be back in just a second, and we'll have to find ourselves some burned out biome, and then we'll have to hang out there for a little bit. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I'm back. So when I left you a minute ago, I was going to go find some burned out wasteland, and I found some in a different game on a PvE, people versus the environment, as in you can't kill other random people in the game. A PvE server. It's the Reddit server. You may have heard me reference it in other videos. If not, you should listen to those videos and I will reference it. The reason I found it here was because I knew it existed. I'm not far from my home, which is right there. And I couldn't find one in the regular game. I ran around for a half hour, and then I got bored of running around, and I thought, I know where there's one of these, so I'm going to go there. So I did. The first thing I want to show you before we even get into the server is a trick. This is something you probably really will only run into if you're playing on a server with other people. If you run into anything, garbage, just anything that you can loot, and it says search garbage pile as opposed to untouched, search trash pile untouched. Untouched means nobody searched it. If it just says search, like this one, but does not say untouched, that means it's already been searched, but somebody left something behind. We don't want this. Let's throw that away. But now the garbage is empty, even though loot has respawned. And this server loot respawns multiple times daily. So what'll happen is somebody will search it, they'll leave an item behind, and it'll be like, oh, the loot should have respawned, but all they left was garbage. Here's the trick. Take out the thing that you don't want, or even if you do want it, just take the items out, clear the trash pile, give it about 2 seconds, and magically, it's been untouched. The moral of the story is, if somebody leaves something behind, the loot won't respawn. You can force the respawn by looting the item and allowing it to respawn. So there you go. That's kind of a handy trick. I don't know how many people know that. Maybe that's really common knowledge. But somebody looted all these garbages and left stuff behind. So I'm going to keep looting them while we talk. I don't know if that's a real common knowledge thing. Maybe I'm spouting something that everybody already knows. But I mentioned it in chat the other day, and people were like, "Oh, really?" So I don't know. Not everybody must know it, I guess. I found out by accident. I kept searching for things, or taking things out of, like, taking the, some people like leave behind some empty glass jars. So I'd be like, "Oh, I'll take those," and I'd take them. And then I would notice that all of a sudden there was stuff in there again. Like my cursor would scroll across it, and randomly the stuff would have regenerated. And it took me 2 or 3 times to understand what was going on. And now I've experimented with it, and clearly that's the issue. So anyway, back on track. So we are in the I call it the burned out biome. I don't really know what it is. I mean, it just really looks like a fire waged through here. And that's about it. So what you see is what you get. It's a lot of dead trees. You see a lot of these coal deposits, which are wonderful. You can dig a hell of a lot of coal out of here in a big hurry without having to mine. Oftentimes on these coal piles you'll find corpses, and corpses are brilliant for looting. They offer a decent chance at some really good stuff. Is there one up here? I see one, yeah. I mean, it's hit or miss, but it's better than searching in garbage. There you go. Just as I'm talking about it, I find 10 millimeter bullets, which is definitely one of the more rare bullets to find, and you don't just run across 10 millimeter bullets every day in this game, so that's a pretty sick find, and you just find them on corpses. So always loot corpses, look for corpses. They're very commonly found on coal in this biome. If you're in the wasteland biome, they're found on the radiated soil, which is identified because it's green. So if you see the green soil, look for those. If you see coal, look for those. Here's one of the other things this biome offers, is burned out quarter houses. These might look familiar from one of, I think it was a previous episode where we were in the wasteland. It has something similar. These always have cinder blocks. They have 2 different kinds. You get the ones with the empty sinks, and then you get other ones that have an oven and a sink. They always have a trash can of some kind, which offers basically the same stuff you find in trash piles. So I gotta be honest, guys, that's about it. The zombies that you find here are these guys. I think they're called burn zombies. They're just basically the same as naked zombies. Burn victims, there you go. They're basically the same as the naked zombies in other biomes. They have that walk that makes it very difficult to shoot. Here. Oop. Since we have a sniper rifle in this one. Oh, I missed. There, I got him. Ah, you're too close, and I'm a bad shot. We'll do it this way. Uh-oh. Not loaded. Oh, where are you guys coming from? Bye-bye. 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 I love the shotgun. Ooh, I need brass. Uh-oh, I hear another one. Where you at, fool? Oh, you're way over here. So since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and collect some stuff that I need. Let's get rid of some stuff that I don't need quite so much. We'll eat a sham just to get rid of it. I want that brass. I've been making a lot of ammunition lately, and for that you need brass. And one of the best places to find brass, ooh, we're going to make this a learning moment. One of the best places to find brass is on zombie bodies. Run away. Shotgun is such a brilliant weapon. Just aim for the head. If you aim for the body, it's not a one-shot kill. So anyway, where was I? Talking about this biome and how it is. There's just not much here. I don't really know what else to say. You've kind of seen it. They definitely will have, a lot of them will have cities. The cities are good for looting, especially because you can find honey in them. Basically, in some of the the buildings are also all burned out, so you're able to see in a lot of them. In one particular building type, if you look up in the attic, you will very often see these large orange honeycombs that you would expect from the huge ass hornets that are in this game, or wasps, or whatever they are. I think they're hornets. So I go collect them. Hop up in there. You can get a boatload of honey out of them. They're very easy, a very easy source of honey. So totally worth looting those if you see them. I hear more zombies. Other than that, the cities are just standard cities. I'm almost sure that there isn't one. Yeah, if there's one in here, I didn't find it when I was wandering around below, and none of these are straight roads, so my guess is there's no city in this one. But if you run into them, they're worth looting. They are filled with alternate zombies. It's not just the burned zombies. When you get to a city, it will have other ones as well, so just be cognizant of that you can't just run in there expecting these. The burned zombies, or burned victims, are pretty easy to handle, but you can definitely run into some stuff that's a little more complicated. You're not running into cops and dogs, but I think this is an underrated biome, believe it or not. It's really good for hunting. Actually, right before I hit record, I shot a pig. You can see a long way unobstructed. It's kind of like the plains biome, where you can see birds' nests from a long ways away. You can see zombies from a long ways away. You can see animals to shoot from a long ways away. I seem to find a lot of rabbits in here, and I don't know if it's because there's more rabbits in this biome or if it's because they're so easy to see. Rabbits are always so small, and they hide in the grass, even in the plains. So, I don't like leaving stuff behind. I'm so uptight about leaving things behind that I can use. I can make that into scrap metal, so I find a way to take it. You don't need to be quite so OCD. But I don't know if it's because... I think it's the lack of grass makes the rabbits easy to see, so I shoot a lot of rabbits out of these. I kind of like coming to them. These are just decent sources of loot. Lots of eggs, lots of feathers. You can find a lot of brass in here. You can find a ton of iron. Those ovens have cooking pots in them very often. Oh, here's a bag. Let's see if we can find anything good in here. Not really. Alright, I don't have a whole lot else to cover in the beginner series. If you want to learn things like, I don't know that it's super advanced, but just building structures or reinforcing structures to a larger degree, I touch on that in some of the videos that already exist. I will touch on that more as I make more videos. I'm going to start a series soon that's the antithesis of this one. Basically, it's going to be a hardcore series with the difficulty ramped up. Speaking of rabbits, and in this biome, I found a rabbit and blew him halfway across the coal. The problem is I don't know if I have room for rabbit meat right now. I know I have room for this. Whoops. Uh-oh. Where are you at? Oh, you're all the way over there. I keep getting sidetracked by stuff. So anyway, I'm going to do more of a hardcore series, and hopefully you'll get to see, hopefully they'll get to see some building in that and some other things that are a little bit more difficult. The whole intent of this series was simply to help people out that are just incredibly new to the game, and hopefully I've done that at least to some degree. Yeah, I guess that really wraps it up. I don't have a whole lot more to say. I'm just kind of rambling right now, and I'm rambling for the sake of rambling. I find this entertaining. I don't know how you feel about it. I'm going to keep rambling. Alright, I'm done rambling. I'm going to shoot the zombie, and I'm going to sign off. It's been Tom Selleck for the win. If you liked the video, like the video. If you didn't like the video, still like the video. Click like. Subscribe. Watch more videos. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Just tell everybody. Or don't tell anybody. But please keep watching. Until the next episode, the next chapter, the next time. This has been Tom Selleck for the win! Signing off.